What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're diving into another Depin project. It's been a blast recently getting into this with WeatherXM, Helium Mobile, and now Geodnet. And made by the team over at HiFix, we do have the Geodnet, and I want to give a huge shout out to the team over at Helium Deploy for providing the hardware and sponsoring today's video. This is going to be a boatload of fun. I've gotten my WeatherXM from Helium Deploy. I've also worked with them in the past on my Helium 5G unit, and now we're getting into Geodnet. Geodnet is another Depin project focused on something very similar to GPS, but with high positional accuracy within centimeters. And it's actually pretty cool. I'm thrilled about it. It's low watts, high reward, ranging anywhere from $10 to $20 a day, which is exciting for sure. And I'm super new to it. So if you guys are Geodnet aficionados, I am sorry if I speak out of turn. I am still learning and hopefully becoming one of you. So let's open this up real quick, see what we got going on, and then we are going up on a 55-foot boom lift to install this as high as possible. All right, let's take a closer look. We got a little product manual there. This is our survey antenna, and on the back side of our survey antenna, we do have a thread in the middle for the post, and then as well as our cable that will wire inside. So here's the long cable, which we're going to use only about a few feet of it. It's going to wire through an exterior wall from the actual survey antenna and into the brains of the operation here, which is this guy. Now this guy here, we do have Wi-Fi, so we'll be sticking the Wi-Fi antenna on there. And then we will be going ahead and wiring our unit right into this UWB port. It's actually upside down. Here, let's just do this. There we go, so much easier. And then we can go from there. So then on our back side of our unit, we do have our on-off switch, reset power, PPS, Wi-Fi, and USB. So we will be plugging this unit inside of my attic and then be good to go. We do have some mounting hardware and a little Wi-Fi antenna in there. So let's learn a little bit more about Geodnet, and then let's get up on our lift. All right, so let's learn a little bit more about Geodnet. What is it exactly, and what problem is it solving? Because I think that's super important when we look at Depin projects. Pretty much as we talked about at the top of this video, I'm super new to Geodnet, but I'm excited to learn more. And reading right from their site and their homepage, it is a 100x improvement in positional accuracy compared to traditional GPS. So when you're thinking of like sensors, or you're thinking of cameras or LiDAR or other base systems that rely on exact positional data, Geodnet is pretty much, as I said, GPS on steroids. Now, looking at their satellite miners, that's what these actual units are called, satellite miners. And what makes this so interesting here is it talks about the fact on their webpage, and I'll link this directly down below, that it uses Global Navigation Satellite System, GNSS. And it talks about the fact of each of these Geodnet devices pretty much has a range of 20 to 40 kilometers, which is actually really impressive. And what is also kind of comes to mind when we're looking at this is devices that would utilize this network are called rovers, the actual devices themselves. And it puts up a few examples, such as a car or a drone or a mobile phone or a tractor. Any of these devices that have a use for or functionality on location-based services. That is exactly where this comes into play. And my first thought is like, okay, this small rinky-dink project, you know, how big could it be? Well, take a look at this. So this is a map. Okay, this looks like a lot of these Depin maps. This is looking at Pennsylvania right now. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Every one of these green dots houses multiple Geodnet devices. Look how many of these things there are. I couldn't believe how many there were worldwide on such a project that I thought was small, but they actually have 8,027 miners. And guess what? 8,027 is actually mine. I just got mine up and running. And we'll see more of that in the video. But some really cool stuff I wanted to show you was like, what is this over here in Alaska? Like, this is absolutely insane. The fact that, like, look at this.
at this little airport here, there is a Geodnet device, which I think is so cool to see these in such remote locations. Now, we are miners, so we are all about profitability. And right now, if you're interested, the Geodnet token is worth 15 cents. And if you look at a kind of time period, you can see that it's actually done pretty well since October of 2023. Hasn't actually gotten a full year under its belt yet, but you can see the project started out and has actually done pretty dang good. It's about 3x'd over the last year, which is rather respectable. And we'll look at profitabilities in a future video because I don't want to just throw out numbers to you and say, this is what I've heard. I've heard it ranges from $10 to $20 a day. Like, it's all over the place. So let's return to this in a month? And let's actually talk about true profitability numbers. So let's talk about the Geodnet satellite miners, because these things are super hard to come by. Originally, when I went looking for different vendors to buy this from, you were looking at 2 months or more out. The nice thing is Helium Deploy has these in stock or is getting them within the next few days. So if you guys are interested in participating in this project, go over and check it out over at Helium Deploy. I've worked with them for a variety of different projects, and they carry a boatload of different Depin projects out there. Everything from Hive Mapper to Helium 5G to a variety of different other ones like Demo, which we're all very familiar with. So go over and check it out over at Helium Deploy. Now, they have an entire section dedicated to the Geodnet project, and you can do a lot more reading over here on the project itself and the actual satellite miners. But something I wanted to point out to you guys is the fact that they have an estimate your earnings kind of calculator built into their website that you can use not only for the Geodnet project, but they also have it for Helium Mobile and WeatherXM. So if you're curious on what your possible profitability could be in your area, go over to Helium Deploy and test out their calculator available on their website. Now, if you guys are looking for a step-by-step guide of how to do this and your hands held, I found a fantastic video by another YouTuber called Nordic Crypto, and I'm going to link it down below. And he walks you step-by-step through the entire setup process as well as the configuration page. And I will be entirely transparent. I followed this entire guide through my installation. I'm not going to try to recreate it. I'm going to encourage you guys to go over and check him out over at Nordic Crypto. I'll leave a link directly down below. All right, let's get our miner installed.
Never a dull moment on our channel. So where are we putting this? Way up there. And here we got it. A 55-foot boom lift that we have rented. It's been a lot of fun. I've been doing a few projects with this guy today. And yeah, it's going to help us go up, up, up. Up there, we do have our Helium 5G bicells radio. We do have our WeatherXM, and we do have our original Helium 8 dB antenna up there. I'm actually still running that gold spot like MNTD unit. It's still running and running great. Actually, my WeatherXM up there is utilizing my Helium hardware up there, which is awesome. So that's where we're gonna put our Geodnet. I'm thinking about putting it right up there, as close as I can. We're gonna have to see how this goes. So let's take a ride. All right, guys, so we're a little ways up here, hanging out with our Helium and our WeatherXM miners up top here, and we're a little high. A little bit up here right now. But what I'm thinking about doing is installing this right in between these here. It's got to have some decent distance. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about putting it right here. I'm hoping that these other miners are not going to cause any problematic issues. I was doing some research online. I think we'll be okay. Hopefully doesn't be a problem, and then I have to come back up here in the future, because this 55-foot boom lift is not cheap. All right, let's get to work. All right, we're making some good progress here. Take a look. We got our Geodnet mounted. Does come with these 3 mounts. I could only get 2 of them tightened in. It wasn't fitting around this one perfectly, as it's not perfectly flush, but I think this will work out right here. It's not going anywhere. It is solid and good to go. Now, I did go ahead and drill a small hole right here that my wife is actually going to pass through that antenna cable. We'll get it in place up in our unit, and then I will go ahead and fill that in with clear silicone. Be right back with the finished piece. All right, check it out. Our Geodnet is up and running. Absolutely love it. We are going up here. We got some zip ties in place going right into our antenna there. I did go ahead, silicone our hole, which worked out perfectly there. I actually have another one here, which has worked out nicely. Just got to make sure we put plenty of silicone in there. So guys, I will have a follow-up video here coming up in the next, I say 30 to 60 days here, to let you guys know how this is going, what the profitability is like, what my experience is like. Is this a good position or is this a problem? I wanted to make sure it cleared the roof there. Anyways, leave your comments down below if you guys are into Geodnet. Educate me, please. I am brand new, just getting into it. One more Depin project completed and up and mining. All right, guys, I'll check you guys out next time. Please make sure you go over and check out today's video sponsor, Helium Deploy. Huge shout out to them. And if you stayed this long in the video, guess what? We're giving one of these away thanks to Helium Deploy. Leave a comment directly down below and let me know what your favorite Depin project is. In 2 weeks, we'll pick one winner and Helium Deploy will ship one of these out to you. All right, guys, see you guys next time. Take care. What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt your video, but want to keep you in the know. So are you new at mining, or you're just looking to step into it? You're not sure what hardware you want to buy. You're not sure what build you want to do. Need some help? Maybe you're building your first mining rig and you literally need help step by step installing Hive OS. Maybe you're so far away from mining, but you're looking at it and you just need somebody to bounce some ideas off of. Well, I offer one-on-one calls with the community, and I've done boatloads, some really cool ones. I've helped people set up ASIC miners in the Dominican Republic. I've helped someone troubleshoot their very first GPU mining rig. I've chatted with a guy looking to open up a farm and just wanted a sounding board. I've helped someone else build and set up and configure their brand new Caspa miners. Well, I'm here to help, and I'd love to work with you. If you guys need one-on-one help, I offer it, and I love doing it. So there's a link directly down below to thehobbyistminer.io. Go over there and schedule some time with me. All right, back to the video.